Oh, hi YouTube. How y'all doing? Welcome to the Color Animal Inn. I'm your host, Fnord, and with me we have a group of some players that you've met before and some players that you might not have, and we're going to go have us some good old times tonight once again. Uh, so for those of you who have seen us before, will probably recognize some of these faces. Some of these people have never been with us. Some of them have been here once or twice before, and I'm rambling. Go figure. Welcome to the Color Animal Inn. This is episode 20, so we're at the big 2-0, and we've also hit over 1,000 views. So for me, I consider that pretty good. I'm pretty happy. Keep watching, we'll keep making them. So let's go ahead and just jump right into it with some introductions. Let's have folks tell us a little bit about themselves, a little bit about their character, and then we'll get into the game here. So first on my list, we have our favorite returning player with bad dice rolls, Nick. How you doing tonight?
I'm doing good. Thanks for having me. Hello,
Always.
everyone in YouTube. Yeah, I'm playing. We have this level 1 game going on, so I made a new character. This was Kazan, the traveling monk here. He's kind of young. He's starting out. Just really any adventures he can get on. Just any way he can train his martial arts ability. He kind of has forsaken ranged weapons. I know a lot of monks can use crossbows and stuff, but he prefers his fists if at all possible. And that is just one of his little quirks. He has many that will pop out later on.
Awesome. I love characters with quirks, characters with secrets, with things that make them different and interesting. Next in my list, we have Jakar, who is now joining us for his second game. How you doing, Jakar?
Hey, I'm doing okay. Hello, YouTube. I'm a college student up in New York, and I will be playing Lee Maynard, also a monk. Lee is on a pilgrimage from his monastery, the Order of the Rock Fist, to hone his martial arts, much like Kazan. But part of Lee's training is he has to wear a heavy armored coat everywhere, as essentially weighted training clothing. And that'll just be something that lowers my speed and gimps me a little bit.
Little Harrison Bergeron there.
Yep.
Yeah. Cool. Sounds like an interesting character. Next up, we have returning player Zri, who's with us for his second game tonight. How you doing, Zri?
Hello. I am again going to play Torley, who, well, again, he still have his bit problem with, he can't really talk. I don't know. I'm not sure how many of the other people in our little group here actually know that before now, but I can't say a word. So that'll be interesting. I don't think I've recovered yet from last week's elemental problem.
Remind us what that was.
That was a magical portal in a well, which we thought for like an hour was an elemental, and we tried to attack it again and again and again. But it turned out it was, well, a spring of loot, which was nice after beating it for whoever knows how long.
Yep.
So yeah. But yeah, it'll be interesting. A gravedigger who is haunted by spirits.
Silent as the gravedigger.
Yes. And that'll hopefully be interesting.
Yeah, he's
if nothing else, it will be weird.
Yep. And you and I have talked about some little secret hidden aspects to your character that I think he's going to be a lot of fun to play with.
Yeah, the character itself is an oracle, but it's unlike any oracle. It's a lot of bending, but it's the exact same rules, just
shifted.
A bit weird.
Yep. So great, yeah, good to have you back. Next up, we have Red Hedgehog, who's playing with us once again. How you doing, Red?
I'm doing good. So I am playing Marin Will Delith. And Marin is an Ondine water singer, which is the Ondine unique version of the bard. And she was adopted by merfolk, but Ondine sometimes have wanderlust, and those are usually the ones that become adventurers. And Marin is one of those types of Ondines, so
Oh,
that's why
she's one
she's
of
here.
those. I see how it is. Oh, kidding. Sorry.
But that's why she arrived at the Color Animal Inn, because she decided to travel the world.
Cool. Yeah, another fun character. I love this stuff. Next in my list, we have Diana E., who's a returning player with us again. How you doing, Diana?
I'm doing good tonight. How are you guys?
Wonderful. Wonderful.
I am not playing my usual character tonight. I am playing a halfling. This is a new class for me. She is a slayer. So she's ranged again, but at least playing something new.
Cool. Sounds
So
like
I thought
fun.
it would be fun to fiddle with her.
Half the fun of D&D or Pathfinder or these games is just coming up with new character ideas and trying them
Yeah.
out.
So it should be pretty fun tonight.
Yeah. All right. And then last but not least on my list, we have a new player joining us for his first game with us tonight is Russian Soap. How you doing, Russian?
I'm doing pretty good.
Good. Welcome to
Hello,
the Color
everybody.
Animal Inn.
Yeah, it's nice to play the system again
You're up here.
with such a long time playing 5e.
Yeah.
So yeah, today I'm playing Azulman Balvard, the only exiled dwarven cleric for his very unholy and mischievous ways of well, they told him to summon angels. He summons demons instead. He keeps getting into trouble, and that's why he needs to move from place to place.
Gotcha. All right. Well, I'm glad you've at least arrived at the Color Animal Inn. We'll be glad to have you here. Everyone's welcome. So, little backstory for those of you who haven't been following along. The Color Animal Inn is a tavern recently rebuilt and owned by this guy here, Barth. He's the bartender. And it's in a little town called Owhe, O-W-H-E, known for being in the middle of nowhere. And recently there was a series of earthquakes that have opened up little caves, underground passages, that sort of thing in the area. And so Barth, seeing an opportunity, sent out word, sent out the news just throughout the land that these new adventuring opportunities had opened up, literally, and to come to the Color Animal Inn, meet other adventurers, go out, explore, find exotic places, exotic people, exotic creatures, kill them, and take their stuff. And so people have been doing that for 20 episodes now, plus a couple. And tonight we have a group of. It looks like none of y'all have met or necessarily even been here before, with the exception of Thorley, who was here last night or the night before in game time. So, again, like in traditional fantasy role-playing game style, you meet up in a tavern and look for adventure. So let's go ahead and just get things rolling here. If somebody wants to fill in some backstory or ask some questions, anything like that, now's the time.
Hammer space and haircut.
Thank you,
Or
Nick.
shaving a haircut, if you want to do that.
Yeah, so Hammer Space is the. So in this game, I've installed something called a player loot. It's just a handout that you can all access, and it has in it stuff. At any time during the game, when your player finds an item that they don't necessarily want, but don't really want to sell, maybe they think someone else can use it, and it doesn't matter who. they can donate it to Player Loot, which is this bag of stuff that exists in Hammerspace. Well, what's Hammerspace? Hammerspace is that place where, in a Warner Brothers cartoon or something, imagine Bugs Bunny and Elmer Fudd are fighting, right? And Elmer Fudd comes up and he points his gun at Bugs Bunny. Bugs Bunny goes, "Look, over there." Elmer Fudd looks, Bugs Bunny reaches behind him and pulls out a big old hammer and whacks Elmer Fudd with it. Where'd he get the hammer? He doesn't have a pocket there. It's not in a sling. It was in hammer space. It's this extra dimensional space from which you can pull useful items, and that's what this is. Haircuts. So y'all may have noticed that I got me a haircut yesterday. And I mentioned one of the players, when we were joining up today, that I had a story about this. Not a great story. But my last haircut was probably about 6 months ago. I was getting kind of shaggy. And when I got that haircut, I went to this place in the town that I live. It's the Barber College. They do real good, real cheap haircuts. And I don't need anything special, so that's where I went. And right as I was getting ready to be finished with my haircuts, the power went out in the building. And it was out for about a minute or so. My haircut was already done, so I was good. So yeah, I get up and walk out. The power comes back on. I pay. And I step outside and I notice a commotion down the street. And apparently the power went out because this is what one of the people there told me. A squirrel had gotten into a transformer and blown itself up. And sent the power out just for a moment, but the squirrel must have caught fire or something because there was fire dripping down, and the fire started spreading through this area underneath where the power lines were. It was this little forested area, and I live in Texas. It was nice and dry, middle of the summer, so this fire was going, and I had posted a video. I think I took it down, but anyway, so the takeaway from that is I went to get a haircut, the power went out. Last night, I went again to get a haircut, and I go to a different place in town. My car's not running, so I take the bus now. So I figured I'd go to this, there's a haircut place, and then there's a McDonald's and a Kroger, all right next to each other at the one bus stop. So I get out, I go into the haircut place, and I'm going to go McDonald's, get some dinner, and go to Kroger and do some shopping when I'm done. And I get in there and go like, okay, I want a buzz in the back, kind of short on top, blah, blah, blah. And she starts cutting my hair. She gets the buzz cut done. So all this back here is cut, and the power goes out. And so I'm walking around with half a haircut, and it must have been half an hour, 20 minutes or so that the power was out. And I'm just thinking, all right, I need to stop getting haircuts. But the power had gone out throughout the whole town, really. So the McDonald's was without power, and the Kroger was without power. And so yeah, so they're like, okay, you can just, the haircut's on us. If you want to just go, don't worry about it. And I'm like, no, I have to ride the bus home. I'm not going home with half a haircut here. So the power came back on. They fixed it. I went over to Kroger, and when I got to Kroger, the power went out again. So I'm just like, fuck this. I'm going home. That's my haircut story.
I think it should be illegal that you leave the house then. You seem to bring the power down wherever you go.
Yeah. But fight the power. No, that's not what I'm trying to do. Yeah, so told you it wasn't a good story, but there you go, YouTube. You get what you pay for, folks. You didn't have to watch an ad. I haven't monetized this yet. So hopefully tonight's gaming story will be more interesting, but I just thought that was a little something I wanted to share.
I'm just very interested if we are going to meet infernal squirrels.
Maybe.
That would be interesting.
And if not, you can always find a regular squirrel and set it on fire.
We could.
Yeah.
Use them as little fire squirrel grenades.
There you go. Who was it that did that? There was someone in history that they were famous for this. I want to say like the Greeks or somebody would set foxes' tails on fire and send them into the enemy town. Nobody?
I've never heard that one.
No.
No?
Interesting.
I don't know. If you know, Know who it is? Leave a comment, YouTubers. So, game. Here we are in
The
the.
Bible, by the way, the Fox's Tales.
Was that the Bible?
Yeah,
Cool. Thanks. Do you remember who it was?
it's actually it's like Judges 15:4 something. I don't. Fuck if I remember. I'm not a religious man, but I still remember most of the Bible, and that sounded very familiar.
Yeah, I think you're right. I think it is. I'm not a Bible scholar by any means either, but some of the stories in it are definitely interesting. Anyway, so here we are in the Color Animal Inn, folks. It is whatever time of day y'all decide it's going to be, and the entire world is opened up in front of you. What would we like to do?
I guess Kazan's gonna go to Barth. He's right here.
Ah,
Yeah, he's gonna greet him.
well, hello, young adventurer. I don't believe I've seen you here before. Welcome to the Color Animal Inn. What can I do for you?
Oh, you get any sake? As he kind of shakes his empty bottle that he had at his waist over the counter.
Sake? Yeah, I got a pair of them. They're inside my shoesies and on my feetsies. Ah!
Kazan just shakes his head.
Sorry, we're in a punny mood tonight. I couldn't help it. He's like, you know what? I think we do. We don't get a lot of call for that around here, but let me go check. And he's going to call this monk back here. He's like, yeah, I can whip some up. Takes him a minute or two. There you go. Little cup of hot sake for you. Sorry, we don't have time to do the whole ceremony. That costs extra.
More than enough, thank you. And he puts down a gold piece.
Thank you, sir. Anything else I can do for you?
You got anything for lunch?
Why,
This is the
yes.
main, right? Tavern? As he looks around.
Yes, indeed we do. And let's see, tavern menu generator coming up. Great tavern. Funny you should ask, sir. We happen to have a wonderful menu today for lunch. I love randomizers. We have octopus with a soft cheese, succotash, and some dates. And these octopus are brought in fresh. A little expensive, though. This lunch is going to run you 2 gold pieces. Supper is a mixed grill with lentils, corn, oatmeal, and a pecan pie. And this is 1 gold piece.
Kazan orders the octopus.
Wonderful. Here you go, sir. And it's still squirming.
Kazan punches it into submission before he continues to eat.
All right, so make a melee attack versus octopus dinner.
All right. Let me see. I'm gonna use. I'm gonna use stunning fist. I can only use that 1 time a day.
That's right. Dinner doesn't count, nor does lunch. Time is an illusion. Lunchtime, doubly so. Yeah, you successfully punch the octopus into submission. It's delicious.
All right.
And Barth thanks you for your patronage and looks around for another customer.
Thorley would like to come up and to Barth and just bow his head and like greet him. Of
Hello,
course,
sir. Welcome back. How are you doing today?
he would like to take his chalkboard up of his pocket and write on it with his chalk. Hello, and good you. And then just show that.
Oh, okay. What can I do for you then? Interested in some dinner? We have some fresh seafood available.
He shakes his head and then he would like to take out his a bit of loot that he found. It is a little insignian, like a little stamp. Silver Noble family seal
Ah,
that was broken. that he found in the dungeon, and he would like to give it to Bart and kind of and then wipe out his chalkboard and make a question mark with it.
Cool. Do you remember if I told you what the seal looked like?
I don't remember if you did.
It may have been a paw.
Maybe. I can't remember, and I don't think I wrote it down.
Okay. Then, in fact, it is a paw. It is a four-toed animal paw print looking thing. And Barth looks at it and he's like, sorry, it doesn't look familiar to me. Where'd you find it?
He writes just mine on it, on the chalkboard, and an arrow going down.
Ah. Barth goes, yes, and out there adventuring. There's some good stuff out there, but yeah, some of it's really old. No idea where it meant. Most of it must have come from.
Is there any flowers in the vases with flowers on in the bar?
A vase with flowers.
Yes, or anything like flowers or something.
I don't really see anything like that. If you see something on the map that might do for you, but I really don't think
no, probably
Barth
not.
is a flowery kind of guy.
Oh, well, okay. He could use one. Well,
you know what? Give me a D100, aim high. I'd say it's pretty unlikely, but you never know. No, there's not. Not with the 13.
Then he would like to just point at a more or less random bottle of something to drink.
Okay.
And just nod his head.
All right. So Barth he's going to reach over and grab the bottle and start pouring you a glass of it. And
yes.
What random alcohol has Thorley just been poured? Anybody but Thorley answer this.
Oh, God.
Dwarven whiskey.
I got absinthe and I got a whiskey.
I said dwarven whiskey, yeah.
Dwarven whiskey. What else?
Mead.
Anybody else?
Mead.
Mead. All right. Anybody want to second one of those and make it what it is?
I don't know. I kind of like absinthe, and I actually put out a thing.
Yeah, I'm leaning towards absinthe as well, especially considering this is Thorley. I think that would be an interesting little twitch. And so he pours you a shot glass full of this really thick green liquid, and kind of smiles and raises up 2 fingers, saying it's 2 gold pieces, please, sir.
And Thorley pays 2 gold pieces and looks at the glass. It was maybe not what he had hoped for. But he tries to drink a bit.
Cool. Are you going to just take a tiny little sip, or are you going to chug the whole thing down? Or
Just a tiny little sip, because he got stitches over his mouth. So it's already very difficult to drink anything.
Oh, okay. So not only doesn't he talk, his mouth is sewn shut like the.
He can open it maybe an inch, but that's it. So he is all the way.
Gotcha. All right. Yeah, you're gonna just take a sip, and it is strong. Yep, you do that.
Perfect.
All right. What else? Can I do anything else for you, sir?
He'll shake his head.
All right. Well, you have a great night. Let me know if there's anything I can do. I'm just gonna start moving down the bar. I guess looking for anybody else. Get his attention.
The other side, there's a loud thunk as Azuman sits down and smashes his axe on the counter.
Oh.
And it sticks off the counter.
Barth, even though these counters are brand new, doesn't seem to mind at all. He comes over. Ah, my dwarven friend. Welcome to the Color Animal Inn. What can I do for you tonight?
You can get me a whiskey. Whiskey is good.
Dwarven whiskey, of course, certainly.
Dwarven stuff, strong.
Nothing but the best, sir. Comes over here, taps one of the many kegs of ale that he has, whiskey, and brings you over a shot. I don't believe I've seen you in here before. Are you a new adventurer coming to check out the mystery caves?
Yes, looking for adventure.
Wonderful. Then, as a way to welcome you to the Color Animal Inn, here you go. The first shot's on the house.
Azuma just looks at the glass. Is it like a small shot?
It's a dwarven shot of dwarven whiskey, so it's not small. It's probably 2 or 3 ounces.
Well, as long as it's not like a liter, then he's not gonna accept. He's gonna say, bring me more, bigger class, bigger. You either go big or you don't do anything.
Barth gives you a, gives you a big smile, reaches down, takes the whiskey you just gave him, chugs it, downs it one shot, reaches down and pulls out a beer mug, a little 12-ounce mug for beer, and kind of shows it to you and raises an eyebrow.
Azuma just looks at the mug and raises his arms up as high as he can and says, "Bigger, even bigger."
Barth kind of shuffles around and looks, and he pulls out a bigger mug. This is like a 20-ounce mug. This?
You know, big like dragon. And just keeps raising his hands.
He shoves around, looks around, pulls out a big old cup. Actually, I've got one over there, but I'm not going to use it as a prop. I don't want to get up. And last thing he can find, the biggest thing he can find, is just a coffee pitcher that looks like it holds about 32 ounces.
Is there like a normal just plain bucket somewhere?
Funny you should ask that. Hang on just a second here. Because hang on. Right as you're asking that. Oh, excuse me, sir. Pardon me. Excuse me. Coming through.
Yeah, so as she walks past, I just grab the bucket.
Excellent. Let me get just make a just simple melee attack. If you look up top, you'll notice your token actions. You got one that just says melee. It's gonna be like the equivalent of a melee touch attack or something. She's not gonna fight you.
Hold on.
But you still
Where's
might miss. So when you click your token, you should see up at the top the token actions.
Oh, there we go. Yeah.
Yep. There you go. Not good.
Wow.
Not good. You reach out and you kind of clumsily grab at the bucket. And she's like, oh. And looks at you and says, no. This is not for you. I need this for cleaning.
Go get other bucket for cleaning. I need that for whiskey.
And
I hand her like 5 gold.
Oh, she dumps the bucket out on the floor and hands it to you with a big smile. Here you go.
All right, yeah, I slapped the bucket on the counter.
Barth is just barely holding back laughter.
She just came out of the bathroom, didn't she, with that bucket?
And takes the bucket, goes over, he fills it up, and fills it up with dwarven whiskey, which is going to be a heck of a lot of whiskey. And hang on, I'll be right back.
But at least it's all free.
Yeah, at least the first one is free.
Sorry about that. I just had to go do battle with a giant cockroach. I rolled a 20.
Oh God.
Freaking
20 for
cockroach.
boot damage.
Yeah, no, I
Oh
sprayed
my
it with
God.
Raid. I am so against, chemicals in the atmosphere and poisoning the environment and all that, but I don't care. You get a cockroach in my house, I'm spraying that fucker.
Let's get a can of hairspray and a lighter. Take
Yeah.
care of it.
No, that's for the spiders. Big old nopes. So yeah, Barth comes back with a bucket full of dwarven whiskey. He slaps it down and gives you a big smile and says, "How does 10 gold pieces sound? This is a bargain."
I slapped down 40.
Barth gives you a huge smile, takes the cash, and offers, anything else I can do for you, sir?
Azuman scratches his beard and then says, "Well, you can give me bread. Bread is good."
You got it, sir. He's going to call over one of these waitresses, and she's going to go get you some bread. Loaf of bread's like a silver piece. He's just going to toss it in. He's like, no charge, no worries.
So he starts eating the bread when it comes out and gets some very moldy cheese out of his backpack to put on the bread.
Cool. This bar lady comes back with a brand new bucket and a mop and starts mopping up the spill from earlier. And Barth, anything else I can do for you? All right, well, have a great night. And I'm gonna look around. Who's next? Anyone? Anyone?
I already ordered my food.
I'll go next.
All right, who's that?
Jake.
Jake. You're playing Lee Maynard. So he
Yes.
sees you, Barth sees you flag him down and comes over. Oh, well, hello there, sir. How you doing? Welcome to the Color Animal Inn. I don't believe I've seen you in these parts before.
Nope, I'm new in town. Lee Maynard's the name.
Oh, nice to meet you, Lee. I'm Barth, and this is my tavern. If there's anything I can do for you, let me know.
Actually, I've heard rumors of caves appearing in this general area. Can you tell me a little bit more about those?
Yes, indeed. It's the strangest thing. The town was so quiet for so long, and then just not even a month ago, really, there was this big earthquake, and like you said, some of the townspeople found that out in the forest and the wild and their lands wherever little cave entrances were popping up. At first it was just one, and we had a bunch of adventurers come out, and they said they pretty much cleared that out, but it turns out there's little caverns, little tunnels, little ancient ruins all over the place out here now. So folks have been coming out, forming little groups, going out there and doing some exploring, and for the most part, coming back pretty rich if they come back at all.
Sounds interesting.
It is. Are you interested in doing that sort of thing?
I might be.
Well, then, let me offer you a free drink as my way of welcoming you to the Color Animal Inn, where adventurers drink their first drink on their first night on the house.
Thank you.
Get you a mug of ale or a glass of wine or something?
Strange request. Do you have a grasshopper?
Maybe in the back. Probably maybe some snuck in with the lettuce or the cabbages or something. But would you be interested in something to drink?
I guess you served the. I saw you had sake.
Oh, yes, indeed we do. Not many people are aware of that drink, but yeah, we can get you some.
I'll take one of those. Thank you.
All right. And this little monk guy with the thing looks a little surprised that 2 people are ordering sake, but there you go. You got it. On us, sir. There you go.
Thank you. And I attempt to gulp it down.
It is delicious and warm and burns your throat on the way down. I don't know. I've never had sake. Anybody actually have it?
I've never had it, but I know it's like I think
I've
it's like
had it.
3 times the alcohol content of beer.
Sake is actually usually pretty smooth, unless you get the shittiest of the shit brands.
Yeah, it's pretty smooth, especially if it's warm. Then it's really
Oh
nice.
yeah, warm sake is so nice.
Yeah.
It's like if anybody has had like Chinese beer, that's pretty much the closest. Like rice beer is the closest that comes to
Never
sake.
have. Never had absinthe either. Of course, you can't get real absinthe now anymore anyway. Probably for good reason, from what I've heard about it. Apparently, you could get some really fucked up shit happening to you. Thorley.
Well, I actually never drink, so I have no idea how anything tastes. So
All right, so who's left? What else do we want to do tonight, folks?
Guess that would be me, Sasha.
Oh. Okay, sorry. Barth comes over. Oh, hello, miss. How are you doing tonight? Welcome to the Color Animal Inn.
She kind of stands on the stool to talk to you, so she's kind of in line with you.
She's a
Can I have
halfling?
Yeah.
Okay.
Can I have a glass of wine and the dinner menu?
Excellent, certainly. For supper tonight, we have a mixed grill, just various grilled meats, with
Yes.
some lentils, corn, oatmeal, and a slice of pecan pie.
Yes, please.
Wonderful.
And she hands over 2 gold.
Cool. And what would you like to drink?
The glass of wine.
Glass of wine, certainly, yes. I don't believe I've seen you before. Are you here for the adventuring?
Yes.
Well, in that case, let me offer you this glass of wine as my way of thanking you and welcoming you to the Color Animal Inn. First class is free for all adventurers.
Thank you very much.
You're welcome. If there's anything else I can do for you, please let me know.
Not at the moment.
Alrighty.
Thorley would like to go over to Lee Maynard. While writing on his chalkboard, adventure with a question mark.
Lee might be just a wee bit of a lightweight, so he says, "Adventure? Sure. What's your name?" I'm sorry, can you speak up?
And he then writes on the chalkboard, Thorley.
Thorley, eh? Alright. Just the 2 of us might have problems, though. You want to see if any of these other guys want to join in? I will approach the halfling, then. Excuse me.
Yes.
I couldn't help but overhear that you're here for the adventuring.
Yes, I am.
My new friend Thorley and I were thinking of forming a party to go investigate a cavern. Are you in?
Of course. Just looking for something new to get into.
All right.
On the chalkboard is now the text, "I know the way." And at this point, the horrific glass of absinthe would be falling to the floor just randomly by itself. And Thorley would be looking over very angrily and angrily and disappointed at the same time. And shake his head.
Boyo, you okay?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Mhm.
I guess I will approach the monk and pose the same question.
Kazan just goes to eye you over as you walk near him. If the thing will ever let me click on someone. There we go. And he just goes, yeah, you got something to ask me?
What order are you from?
I didn't come up with a monastic order. I guess we'll go with the Monastery of the Thunderstrike.
You up for adventure?
I'm always up for adventure. You starting a little adventuring party here?
Yep, my new friend Thorley over here says he knows a new cavern.
Sounds fun. Kazan's going to turn back to Barth and ask him to fill up his. He has a little. I think can't remember what they call it for sake, but a little bottle. He ask Barth to fill it up with sake, and he'll pay him for it
Cool.
appropriately.
Little like carafe thing.
Yeah, I don't know if you've ever seen like those old Japanese anime where they have like the porcelain jar on their belt
Mm.
that has like the, I think it's like the Japanese or Chinese symbol for liquor.
Ah. Cool. Yeah. Okay. Fine. Yeah.
10 gold sound fair?
Sounds good to me.
All right, so Kazan hands Barth 10 gold and puts the jar back onto his belt.
Awesome. So that's what, about a couple drinks, 5 drinks maybe, or how many? Like,
I mean, they're pretty decent size. I guess if you were going to take big gulps, I'd probably say like 7 big gulps. So I don't know what that
cool.
is for just sipping.
Just like trying to get a baseline in case it comes up in the future. Like you need 8 big gulps, but you only got 7.
Yeah, pretty much.
Okay. Cool.
That'd be my luck.
hmm So yeah, there we go. Done. I don't believe Marine has done much of anything. Marine, are you out there?
Yep, I have already ordered the lunch, and I've basically finished it, and I'm starting to play my instrument idly.
Cool. What instrument are you playing?
I have a étoile.
What?
Étoile.
Don't know what that is.
Let me see if I can spell it correctly. I think that's how you spell it.
Etoile. Okay. No idea what that is. Let's see.
It's a stringed instrument. I just like the way it sounds.
Well, I mean, that's... Never mind. Never mind.
The way the name sounds. I mean.
Yeah. I gotta find a picture of this. I need to know. I don't like not knowing things. ETWAHL?
Yep.
I'm getting a lot of League of Legends stuff.
Yeah, that's Sona's instrument from League of Legends.
Uh,
That's
is
how
it
I know
like
the name.
Bladed harp?
Oh, okay. It's like a almost like a zither or something.
Yeah.
Let's see, here's a image here. Copy, and then I can bring it into the color animal in like this. Control V. There we go. Or not. What did I forget?
It's almost like a gukin, or however you pronounce that.
There you go. This thing right here. No, I don't know how to get back out of this. Okay, there we go. No, that wasn't it either. Ah! Oh, there we go. I see what I did. Adventures in Not Using a Computer by Snord, the old guy. So, there we go. Alright. Yeah, cool instruments. So, yeah, okay, that happens. There we go. So it looks like we got at least 4 people in the party now. Miss,
Yep, I think the only ones not in it are
Ooh.
Azulmon and Marin. Normal sake jug is 20 ounces.
It's pretty big.
Well,
Well,
you like their sake.
Well, that's a jug. That's not a because they usually take them in small shots.
Yeah, he's just saying because I have essentially a bottle at my side. Pour.
That'll be enough to get you hammered if you're lightweight.
A whole bottle of that might just get you fucking hammered.
Yeah,
That's-
20 ounces, 20 shots. That's pretty much.
If you're lightweight, you're going to be super hammered.
There's if you get the undiluted shit, it's like 20%,
Yeah,
Which
then
is-
you're fucked.
which is pretty good for like just a normal ass fucking wine.
Yeah, that's pretty strong.
Yep. All right, so we're gonna go with it's 20 ounces.
Sounds
I
good.
gotta All right.
Excuse me. Yeah, so the standard thing to do these days is to go out, to pick up a random point out in the wilderness, and then just start exploring. Where we kind of just draw cards and build the wilderness area and then the underground cavernous area as we go. And that is certainly going to be a valid option for tonight. However, there is one other thing. 2 things.
Right now, I'm pointing my hand in the air, like I would do in a schoolroom.
Okay.
Are you waving it like you just don't care?
Yeah.
More or less.
There is rumor that something odd has been found, in something specifically odd. So that's an alternate destination. Thorley, after a minute, Barth kind of looks over you and kind of raises an eyebrow. Yes?
Oh, sorry. That was not in character. That was me to you. Out of character.
Oh, okay. You got a question. Yeah, what's up?
I have my own destination I'd like to go to.
Okay.
Since I asked to follow, or it's me who's basically leading the party because I say I know the way, and ask them to join me. So I would like to go somewhere special if I can.
Ooh, that sounds interesting. Talk to me.
Yeah, I would like to go to. From last adventure, we found a crack where people were dumping things into. I would like to go there and see what is there because I'm trying to find out what this seal was. If there maybe was a house on top of it.
Oh, okay. So, yeah, you were underground and there was like a bunch of rats in the trash pile.
Yeah, a
Right.
big
And,
dump pile that people had thrown things down.
yeah, and you're going to try and see if you can find the surface
Yeah.
location.
So I know where we found the hole, and I know how more or less how far away it was, I guess.
Yeah. So you're going to need to use a skill. Knowledge geography is the first one that comes to mind. Knowledge local could also apply. Survival could apply. And I might even allow knowledge dungeoneering to apply. So if you're particularly good at any of those, this might be a way to do that. While you do that, I'll try to find a map.
Well, this is not good. Suddenly, I don't feel like I have any skills. I lack a specific skill. Well, I'll need to use survival then. I have that. I hope I have that. Nope. I don't even have survival.
You can
I
make
don't
it survival untrained.
Yeah. But what is the others?
Excuse me.
Yeah, I would like to just like the knowledge geography would be the best bet, I think. Yeah.
Sounds good to me. Okay, hang on just a second here. As I try to make my own map, which for some idiot reason I made with a grid. I'm going to try to line it up to the grid. This is a pain in the ass, so my apologies. This is going to take a minute, and in fact, we're almost at an hour here. So let's go ahead and make this a break time. Let me get something set up here, and we will come back to the Color Animal Inn, episode 20, part 2, in a matter of minutes.